Soldiers, we blasted through the chaos and landed in the heart of the greatest playground modern gaming has ever experienced. This was no ordinary map. These were the arenas where legends were made, and mayhem was the anthem. Now, steel your nerves and fortify your courage. The ground will rumble from a landing so fierce, its force will echo through generations.
Sí, señor. The ultimate champion stepping into the spotlight. Caballeros, a sus puestos.
Unleash power.
Are you ready to feel legacy?
Órale, claro que sí, Capitán. Let's show the world how it's done.
Advance relentless.
Then let's move out, my fellow combatants. Stand ready. The origin you're about to hear shaped the warriors who carved this city into a legend.
I'll take it from here, Sarge.
Go ahead, partner.
In an age for clocks and calendars, when legend starts higher than skyscrapers, and every elbow drop is a story waiting to be told, there rose a world built entirely around the thrill of collision and the joy of competition. And in that world, stone and steel did not stand straight. Every beam bent with purpose, every brick leaned with personality, and not a single line dared to stay perfectly true. Grapital City was raised as a living monument to the glorious traditions of combat. An entire metropolis shaped so that every rooftop, billboard, rail, and pane of glass could join in a great rumble. The makers of this world declared that if a champion was meant to soar from a tower and come crashing down in a spectacular elbow drop, then the tower itself must be built first, tall enough to dwarf all who walked beneath it, and playful enough to feel like a classic cartoon given the size of a city. From the earliest sketches, the architects of this arena swore 3 unbreakable vows. No straight lines, no symmetry, and no repeating shapes. Every building was bent, every fence board nudged and tilted so that nothing felt stiff or mechanical. Instead, the city looked like it had locked itself into shape. Symmetry was banished so the streets would feel lived in and organic. The kind of place where history leaves crooked footprints in the rust, graffiti, and water stains across old bricks. Repeating shapes were forbidden, so even a simple barrier became a chorus of slightly different boards, each one with its own tiny swagger, all of them declaring that this was no realistic universe, but a playful, handcrafted arena. To give the city its mood, these builders drew from the great motor hearts of the real world, Chicago's elevated tracks, Detroit's industrial grit, and New York's financial towers and billboard-crowded plazas. The subway roared overhead on beams inspired by the Chicago L, while the financial district borrowed the swagger of New York's banking centers. The Times Square light candy of lights in Playback Square gleamed with a towering glow of theater and commerce. 1970s era New York with its color bleeds, grungy facades, and weathered signs gave the old downtown its patina of age. Meanwhile, decommissioned Las Vegas signs lent the city its giant, chunky, over-the-top advertisements that loomed above the streets like neon relics of joyous success. Grapital City did not begin as it would be remembered. At first, it was imagined 3 to 4 times larger, sprawling outward into distant blocks. But that version was humbled and refined so that every corner could shine with a higher level of fidelity. The island was downscaled not to reduce its spirit, but to make every street a stage and every rooftop a deliberate step in the traversal playing ground. A place where 4D challengers could climb everything they saw and treat glass walls and concrete facades as ladders to glory. The city was not a backdrop. It was an arena to brawl, carefully sculpted so that long flat roads gave way to dense blocks, layered rooftops, and alleyways that encouraged movement like a chain of dominoes flicked into motion. The philosophy behind this creation was clear. A serious rigged world might look impressive, but it was struggle to laugh, and laughter was part of the city's heartbeat. Instead of realistic veins and hyper-detailed muscle in its fires or cold straight towers in its skyline, the world embraced clean silhouettes, exaggerated proportions, and bright, readable shapes, so that even in the chaos of a crowd, every figure and sign would be easy to read at a glance. Animation drew on the wild energy of old slapstick, on leaps and falls that felt like a homage to the rubber lint antiques of classic comedy, so the impacts were big, bold, and joyful rather than harsh or grim. There were tests of spirit as well as structure. The sign for a shop called Fanny's, bearing the tagline, "Put your dreams in here, survive the sacred trail." Cause the name made the creators burst into genuine laughter. It stayed. That same rule applied across the city, from gym lanes to theaters to factories. Humor was not seasoning, but structural support, binding the city together as firmly as girders and rebar. In the financial district, the rivalry between the Penny Pincher Punching Academy, heralded by a bull, and the Fortune 500 Fight Club, symbolized by the Golden Bear, turned the age-old bull versus bear struggle into a story of gyms, grit, and the endless pursuit of championship. Yet the world of the Rumble is destined to grow. Once this scrap metal city had proven the vertical industrial player and can hold its own as a character, the makers dreamed of something different. An island of sun, sand, and volcanic spectacle. Lessons learned from a Grapital City's downscale but dense design gave them confidence to craft a second island at a smaller scale, but with even greater quality. A place that would push personality to another level while still honoring the core fantasy of leaping, climbing, and colliding. Thus, Low-Key emerged, an ancient paradise with its off-season forever, brought to the East Coast by the mysterious Department of Destination and Tourism, turned to the urban colossus so that two different worlds could share the same rumble. Here, water, cliffs, caves, marinas became as alive and daring as the city itself, a mighty movement and spectacle in both ways familiar and new. On this new island, verticality did not vanish. It changed shape. Instead of forests of skyscrapers, a towering volcano housed the greatest arena the game had ever known. While cliffs, sea caves, resorts, marinas turned natural forms into platforms and pathways. Water, once a simple house surrounding Grapital City, became a playful yet dangerous element in Low-Key. Sometimes shallow and brawl ready. Sometimes a sudden cartoon-safe end beyond the buoys. Always for an environment built for motion. Where Grapital City evoked the smoky edge of 1970s urban grit, Low-Key wrapped its contents in bright foliage, shimmering reflections of light in cave ceilings, and the perpetual glow of vacation that never truly ended. Together, the two islands held 36 landmarks, and every one of them helped define what Rumbleverse felt like at its peak. Grapital City alone had 24, packed tightly into a world that never slowed down. Trophy Heights stood tall with its green ledges, perfect for spotting chaos below. Playback Square lit up the city with wild signs and noisy arcades, flashing like a wrestling carnival that never slept. The Abyss Tower, also known as the Abs Tower, rose high as the home of Skip Legarday's legendary broadcasts. On the Grapital Building Challenge Fire with its unmistakable clam-ready shape, the city also made room to breathe. Mixed Monster Park and Haymarket Park brought open green spaces into the steel jungle, while the Gaze Wagon became famous for its head-to-head showdowns. Other parts of Grapital City quietly kept the rhythm going. Places like Pressure Point, Catbird Grove, Baxman Courts, Gainesville, and the winding stretch of Half Nelson Highway kept the fighters moving. Dover Flats and Old Ab Seal tested timing and vertical skill, while Square Circle outlets and Grapital Center pulsed with commercial life and constant motion. Along the edge of the island, Bold Coast looked over the water, while the trophy stood tall as the symbol of aspiration and glory. And threaded through it all were familiar staples: the Belt Loop, Broad Street, Southpaw Junction, PFA Hotel, the Offsites, and Grapital Vista, all shaped how the city moved and how players explored it. And right across the bay, Low-Key added 12 more landmarks, each with its own flavor of danger and surprise. The Lava Dome towered over the island, crowned with a massive gladiator arena, daring everyone brave enough to brawl inside its Fury Center. Enigma Gardens hid the powerful Seahorn, whose echo rewarded those bold enough to seek it out. Boiling Bluffs' warm water fueled non-stop brawls, while the all-season spa and resort stacked pools and platforms into a vertical playground full of risk and reward. And then there was Mr. Sweeties, cute on the outside, brutal if you missed your landing. Along the shorelines, the breaks crashed with wild energy. Other spots like a game train, the Deadlift Mountain, Rivera Botanica, Salt Street Marina, Temple Cove, and the Welcome Center filled out the island for exploration and brawls. Each one offering movement, mystery, and moments players still remember today. But wait, there's more. The world of the Rumble is not only filled with towering signs and bent bricks. It is also allied with creatures who embody the same zany, fitness-obsessed spirit of the city and island inhabit. These beings are not depicted through realistic biology or grim sticks. Instead, they move and sound with cartoon logic, existing as unspoken characters that add humor, relief, and personality to an already energetic arena. High above the beaches and rooftops glide the swole ghouls, seagulls introduced with the rival low-key, and instantly recognizable for their ripped abs and muscular frames. These feather titans scream their own names in later cries, turning every pass overhead into a comic performance that underscores the idea that even the birds in this world have embraced the culture of training competition. Along the shores of Loki dwelled the starfish, living creatures who serve as traversal-focused family of 3 known tiers: common starfish, happy starfish, and poison starfish. They refuse to be treated like breakable props. When their durability is spent, they cry out and burrow safely back into the earth. In motion, they empower a rumbler to roar or soar, showing how living creatures and movement systems intertwine with the ever-suggesting horn. Beneath the waters that divide and surround the islands lurk more denizens of the deep. Between Grapital City and Loki swims the shark, turning a river crossing into cartoon state challenge, but falling in means a removal from the action rather than grim bait. Further out, near the sea caves of Enigma Gardens, swordfish leap through the distant waves, adding motion and wonder to the horizon. Closer to shore lie the bouncy clamshells, oddities that burp and bounce when landed on, turning even tense moments into slapstick beats. Inspired by playful statues from other worlds, they reinforce the idea that the arena itself reacts and jokes along with its fighters. In the hidden underbelly of Grapital City, the mystery of Skip's cat lingers like a quiet legend. Never seen, only heard. Its echoing meows near sewer chicken and sewer squats hint that some stories are meant to stay half-told, living forever in rumor and imagination. And standing proudly across plazas and signs is Squawky the chicken, a yoked weight belt-wearing figure who became the unstated mascot of the Rumble. Squawky represents humor, world-building, gameplay, and customization all at once. A live reminder that food, fitness, and fun were always part of the same universe. Linked as one world, these 2 islands define the identity of Rumbleverse. Not a single city, but a living toy box of arenas, where the geography itself celebrated competition. One side thunder with vet steel, subway tracks, and motor city pride. The other burned with lava, luxury, and hidden power. Side by side, Grapital City and Loki stood as twin legends, proving that when a world is built around the joy of competition, the arena can be just as bold, just as exciting, and just as unforgettable as any champion who ever leaped to its heights. What a speech. Now, I gotta get back to saving the city.
Bravo! ¡Qué historia tan impresionante, gran héroe! Y a huevo! Even the seagulls and Rumbleverse are swole. Wings like boulders, chest and nabs like bricks, just like the city itself.
Even the name, clever as madness. And if you think this was wild, just wait.
City's energy complete.
Hey Sarge, spin us into the next adventure. Que sigue, jefe?
The next act is gonna hit harder, shine brighter, and spark louder than anything anyone's ever experienced in Rumbleverse. So buckle up, my fellow soldiers. The playground legend isn't done showing off, and neither are we. Join my command nexus, lock in your comms, and stay close. And this time, you might finally catch a glimpse of the hero who's been guiding the story all along, our mystery legend. Because only here will the true spirit of the legendary Rumbleverse awaken, hitting harder, shining brighter, and flowing freer than anywhere else, all reaching heights beyond imagination.